What a eventful weekend. I was the happiest man in the world when we battered those Manx 5-0. It could have been more. It could have been more at OT. Are we title contenders? Are people going to believe us? Hell yeah. We're that good. And there's lots to talk about, people. So let's do this, people. Let's do this. You know the house rules, people. Before we start, please hit that subscription button, please hit that notification button, and please hit that like button, which will help us trend. The notification will alert you every single time we come on, and the subscription helps us, grow as a family. So please do that for us. Please, if you missed that show yesterday, the Let's Talk LFC episode 24, please go and check it out because it was so funny. It had me in stitches, and it's one of the best shows we've done so far. We've gone back to the old boys as well, the originals that was on this channel, and they brought up the comedy side of things. So please go and check it out. It was entertaining. It's really entertaining. So we move on anyway. I'm gonna make it obviously review, preview, and give you an injury update on Naby Keita as well. The review is the game at Old Trafford, which finished 5-0 to Liverpool Football Club. Salah scored a hat trick. Jota scored and Naby Keita scored. In the first half, it was already 4-0 up. I couldn't believe it. What I was watching, it was just out of this world. I was doing a live watch along as well. Please go and check that video out. You know, the more views we get, the better for the channel as well. It was entertaining, man. It was like normally we go to Old Trafford and we just play because of the occasion and we don't really perform. You know, like end to end kind of match. But it was just like from the first minute. It was obviously they had a chance with Fernandez, who shot it out over the bar. But from the first minute, it looked like Liverpool were going to cause some damage, and we was depleted. People, we didn't have like our best players on the pitch, like Thiago, Matip, and Mane as well. So we was missing players on the pitch, and we were still doing an outstanding job. Milner got injured during the first couple of goals, I think, and it was taken off and Jones came on. Jones was, listen, I don't really give kids compliments in this time of the season because we've got a lot to play for, a lot to challenge for, if you know what I mean. But what he done, that kid, when he came on, I think he's learning the game. Obviously, you won't know until you start playing it regularly how good you are on the pitch. And what that kid's done in that game, I couldn't believe it. He was outstanding. I don't normally give compliments to Mr. Jones, but he was outstanding in that game, and he could only improve for the future. He came on and done the bits. I mean, Milner done his bits before that. You know, a lot of people were saying, why is he starting a lot of games? He's a bit too old now. Listen, as long as we play our game and give the rough side of things inside the game, if you know what I mean, like rough tackles and be more competitive on the pitch, that's how we can win games. But if we keep paying respect to our opponents and let them do whatever they want on the pitch, then we're going to probably draw that game or lose that game. But we didn't. We just showed them no respect whatsoever and just dominated it from minute one to the last minute. Second half started. Liverpool scored again. Salah scored. I think he was his hat trick. Yeah, his hat trick. And then 64 minutes on the clock. Man United fans just rushing at the stadium. True fans, eh? True fans. Through thick and thin. Yeah, okay. Try sitting through Roy Hodgson, playing Stoke and playing teams like that at Anfield in a cold night that we used to go through. Think about that, mate. Think about that, people. Sorry. Think about that. That's what we had to go through. That's what I had to go through. Yeah, so 64 minutes, the fans were like leaving the stadium, and a lot of Ole outs everywhere, and Liverpool fans, giving the Man United fans some hard times on the stands. It was just amazing, like the way the way the fans were like singing and making fun of the Man United fans. Man United fans had to turn around to not look at the Liverpool fans while they're getting battered on the pitch. Liverpool wasn't a fantastic team. Let's just be honest. On the day, we wasn't outstanding. We should, if we was on point, we should have scored at least 7 or 8 goals. If we was on point, I'm saying, if we had the full strength team, but we didn't. We got the 5 goals. Not many people can say, not many teams can say they could go Old Trafford and beat them by 5 goals to 0 and give them a lack of opportunities. A lot of players in that game showed their qualities. Like, let me name one. Konate. Wow, that guy is a beast. That's what they should call him. His name should be the Beast at the back. You know what I mean? Because nobody can get past him. He's pacey. He's like strong, and he's powerful, man. And Liverpool went the right way to sign him because he's proving his worth. Yes, he only played 2 games so far of the season, but that's 2 clean sheets, people. Crystal Palace at home and Man United away. You can't be asked for more than that. And he's doing the business. Give Matip a rest, and then you could bring him on. Give Konate a rest. You could bring Gomez on. So we got the list. Give Van Dijk a rest. You could bring Phillips on. So we got a lot of options in the defense, which we didn't have last season. Hence why we didn't actually compete for the title in the new year. But we was like up there until we started putting Henderson and Fabinho in the central defensive side of things. But it didn't work out. Listen, you could only, when you think about it that way, you could only dwell on that, or do you move on? We've moved on. We moved on. We've moved on. Like that man above me in that side always used to say to us, if we're down, we've got to bring ourselves back up again. That's what we do. Shanks built this club on not giving up, and we're back to normality with this Mr. Klopp. I mean, he's the best manager in the world by far, people. You got to give him credit. Everybody braves about Pep and the rest, but we don't have the money like Man United do, but we're happy with what we got, and we're still like competing. What more do we want? Yes, I have moments. I have a go at the owners, but if you look deep inside to it, our football club is run superbly, and it's going to continue. We might not have the money like City do. We might not have the money like Chelsea do. We might not have the money Newcastle do now, but we will compete some way, somehow with these owners, because they give us the, less of the egos of players. That's how I can put it. Less of the ego of the players. Because if you look at other clubs, they've got egos everywhere. If you don't put money inside the cake, they don't want to take it. You know what I mean? That's how it is. We've got our wage structure, which is all together as one. And there's no too far apart in the wage structure. And everybody's talking about like giving Salah like 500k a week. No, we don't do that. If he's not going to accept 3 or slightly less than that, what is the actual point? Yes, he's the best player in the world, but he's 29. He's going to be 30 soon. So there's a lot of things to think about. But I hope he stays, and he's if he has any ambitions to be a legend at one club, this is his club. Yes, he's already a legend. He bought us the Premier League, the Champions League, and the World Club Cup as well, and the Super Cup. But he could do more legacy wise, like become the greatest Liverpool player of all time. Suarez could have done that, but he chose to go to Barcelona. You don't want to do the same thing at this later age. You know what I mean? He's hitting 30. So what are you gonna do if you go to Barcelona, Real Madrid? You only got a couple of years left. Over here, if you're still performing and the team is built around you, you could do even further if you know what I mean. So let's move on to the game. They finished 5-0. We've got Preston next in the League Cup on Wednesday. It's going to be live. I'm not going to be here, but it's going to be live on TV, so please catch that. It's going to be a lot of players from the obviously reserves coming through, like Minamino, Origi, Gomez. Probably Konate is going to play, and Simicaz. These kind of players are going to start performing in the League Cup. And I think Oxlade should play in this game as well. Oxlade's been coming off the bench and doing some business, man. It looks like he wants to play on a regular now. Because I was worried about him, his injuries, and whenever he goes for a challenge, you think the worst, if you know what I mean, about Oxlade-Chamberlain. So I'm hoping he's going to be all right for the remainder of the season. I mean, it's only 9 games in the Premier League, and this is going to be our second game in the League Cup as well. So Yeah, I think he should start and show his worth. You know what I mean? See what you can do in 90 minutes, Oxlade-Chamberlain. You could come on in as a substitute now and again and start, performing while players are tired. But when the players are in the same level as you in the game, see what you can do. You know what I mean? You can't fool an old dog like myself when you're like coming on at half time or second half, like 70th minute, and then you're gonna run up and down. You're gonna outrun everyone. It's a 90-minute game. You have to show us in 90 minutes what you can do, Oxlade-Chamberlain. As much as we love you, but you've been at Liverpool for a few years now. It's time to prove your worth, because it's either play for Liverpool and play the Liverpool way, or the door is open. I'm not here to be nasty to him, but it's just the truth, people. We can't carry passengers in this football club, and we don't need passengers. Yeah, let's just talk. Let's just keep going with this. I can see us beating Preston away. About 2-1. That's my prediction. Probably Origi will score in this one, and I hope Minamino scores, because he deserves a spot in the team as a cameo role, but he's not getting it for some reason. I don't think Klopp fancies him. When Klopp doesn't fancy you, he doesn't play you. He'll put you in the team, but you're just going to be, one of those people that's hanging around. So let's see what's happened to Naby Keita, the injury update, people. Let's go to number 1. So this one... They say Liverpool are confident that Naby Keita has not suffered a serious injury following the challenge from Paul Pogba. It was a horrendous challenge, by the way, and he was smiling right after that when he was walking off the pitch. It's like he came in to do that. Listen, I don't condone things like that. I don't really want to, start, things, but it was a disgusting challenge. Let's just be honest here. In day 5, Neil thrashing of Manchester United on Sunday. Obviously, that's the game. So yeah. Anfield watch the Athletics. So yeah, that's what's happened. So in the last half an hour to 35 minutes, this came out. So let's see what's happening. Pep Lindorf on Naby Keita. Naby has a bruise in this moment. We assess it day by day. It's looking good, so that's good. Listen, this guy. A lot of people had their doubts on him, especially after that Atletico Madrid game, but they forgot what a wonderful goal he scored. And if you watch him at the Man United game, he was the one who's the point of closing down and intercepting passes to start off an attack. And he was amazing. I gotta be real. I couldn't believe the way he was playing compared to that Atletico Madrid game where he couldn't defend. But this one, he was just closing people down high up the pitch, and then Liverpool go on the attack and score goals. Is he going to be staying like this? I'm not too sure. I just want him to be fit and prove your worth. Sometimes you got to look at the shirt he's wearing as well. Maybe it's too much of a burden when you got Steven Gerrard's shirt, you know what I mean? And the pressure on top of that as well. Stay fit, that's what I say. There's a lot more to come from him, because I don't believe what we're seeing is Naby Keita fully. I think there's more to come from him. He's more of not attacking midfielder, like a central midfielder that dribbles, goes past defenders, and lays the passes down here. Not like a Baggio or a Del Piero or Zidane kind of passing through like eye of a needle, but simple passing that could create chances, if you know what I mean. That's the kind of player he is, and he could take a shot from outside the box as well, as we saw against Crystal Palace and Atletico Madrid. So the guy, listen, this season he's been more on the pitch than off it. So let's just give him a chance and see what happens until the end of the season. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that, people. That's the update on Naby Keita. That's my preview for the Man United game, and that's my Preston game, and that's and my review for Man United game as well. So please hit that like button, hit that subscription button, and hit that notification button. Thank you. If you tuned in, please share the channel around as well. Let other people know there's true Liverpool fans out there that needs subscribers that's going to be loyal to the channel. And yeah, we just keep going stronger. That's all we got to do, people. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.